What kind of tree is that? You would have to study for many years to learn about all of the different types of trees that grow in our region, never mind in the world. I'd like to just show you a few of our local trees and give you some clues how to identify them even without their leaves. We are going to step back from our tree so we can see the whole tree. Look up at the branches of the tree and look down on the ground beneath and around the tree, at the leaves, fruit, and bits of bark you find there. Ready? Let's look at a couple of trees. Notice the shape of this horse chestnut tree from a distance. See how the branches curve downward and back up again. It almost looks like it should be in a Disney movie. And if we look close under the tree, we see the fruit. This spiny capsule holds one or two fruit, commonly called conkers. There, with these two clues, you have learned your first tree, the horse chestnut. If we look at this pin oak tree from a distance, we see that even in winter, it still has its leaves. But all oaks keep their leaves, so how can we tell this is a pin oak? With a closer look, the lower branches point downward. That's another clue. Since the leaves are on the tree, look at those. See how the lobes are deep. That's another clue. If you notice all three of these clues, then you have identified a pin oak. This tree, the Sweetgum, produces large numbers of fruit, and by looking on the ground, and even in the crown of the tree, you might find this very distinctive fruit. It is one of the most common trees on Staten Island, so you've probably seen this tree. Oh, and the leaves are a beautiful star shape. Horse chestnut, pin oak, sweetgum, those are the types of trees that lose their leaves in the winter. We call them deciduous trees. Some trees are evergreen. They keep their leaves or needles all year. This is an eastern white pine, an evergreen tree with needle leaves. They do lose some of their needles each year as the new ones grow, so look at the ground under this tree. It is covered with a layer of pine needles that are soft and cushiony to walk on. Their fruit is a cone that looks like this, different from this one from a spruce tree. The long, thin needles are in bunches of either 3, 5, or 7 needles. If you find the soft, cushiony bed of needles, a pine cone that looks like this, and an odd number of needles in each bunch, you found an eastern white pine tree. And an added benefit is it has a wonderful piney smell. The last tree I'm going to show you is the dawn redwood. Notice from a distance it looks like a pine tree, but up close we see it has lost its needles. Don't worry, it is not dead. The dawn redwood is a deciduous conifer. It loses its needles every fall, and it makes cones that look like this. You will find the needles and the cones under the tree. With each of these trees, we find clues when we look down and under the tree, look up and see the shape of the tree and the directions the branches grow. Now you can amaze your friends and family that you know what tree that is. Happy Earth Day, everybody!